So lately, I have been diving into something that I really don't usually do. I haven't done it in probably since I was, let's say, like 7 years old, to be quite honest. And to some, it is pretty embarrassing, and even to myself, I can't lie, it is a little bit embarrassing. But I'll say what I've been doing lately. I've been watching reality TV. Yep, I've been watching reality TV. Specifically, I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. And let's just kind of start from the beginning. The only really kind of reality TV show I really watched was when I was 7 years old, and I watched Big Brother in my bedroom on the TV. I don't know why I specified that, probably because I don't have a TV in my room, which is probably for the best. But I did watch Big Brother when I was 7 years old, and honestly, I didn't really understand what the premise of the show was about. I just kind of watched. Actually, to be fair, I did watch Men in Chelsea as well. Damn. Okay, yeah. It's probably back in 2016 was the last time I watched a reality TV show, which was Made in Chelsea. Which I don't get, because I mean, in my idea, reality TV show is really about like in real time. Whereas Men in Chelsea was kind of pre-recorded. I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so it was those two shows that I've been watching, which is a long time ago. And yeah, I mean, in terms of why I started watching I'm a Celeb, again, I'll be honest with you again, I'm not saying this to like try and look cool, but I genuinely did not understand the premise of the show. All I knew was that they were based in the jungle, and that was it. I didn't even realise that people like got eliminated until yesterday. But I gave it a watch, and I think the reason why I gave it a watch was because I saw Nigel Farage on the show, and I was like, what? Nigel Farage? And yes, I kind of got a bit interested then, because I'm like, what's a politician like him doing on the show? And then I didn't actively watch it. I was kind of scrolling through the TV, and then it came on, and I saw him doing like it's called a Bush Tucker trial. And yes, I watched him do that, and I was like, wow, this is actually quite interesting. You know, seeing a politician who's very controversial, good or bad. And yeah, I was like, okay, let's keep watching this. And then it kind of got interesting, because then I started to see the other candidates. So yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm going to be honest, I actually quite enjoy it. It's something kind of good to look forward to. And what I like about it as well is that it's on every day. So it's not like a week thing where you got to, prepare in advance. Not prepare, but you got to kind of wait for it. It's every day, and then I just, when I have time, I'll just watch it on recording. So the people that are on the show this year are, I'm not going to, do you know what, actually? I'm going to go over each one of these people. But honestly, I mean, I can kind of see the stigma of why people think it's a bit sad to watch this kind of stuff, and the main reason why is because you are just watching people just, don't have to explain it, just watching them live their life on screen, which, yeah, does kind of sound a bit weird, but at the same time, I used to watch a lot of vloggers on YouTube, and that kind of premise is the same thing, right? You're watching their day in the life almost. Oh my god, actually, I just realised, I typed in I'm a Celebrity, and then I just realised that, as I said earlier on, people are getting eliminated, so I don't want to ruin it for myself, to be honest with you. But, oh my god, okay, fine. No, I'm not even going to do that. Should I record this video afterwards? I don't know, but in terms of who's on it, I can't name all of them. I quite frankly, I don't know their names, and I find it funny because they're not even like, I know, who am I to judge? I'm a nobody right now, but these guys aren't really celebrities. Like, honestly, it's like they're really not celebrities. They're just, at best, they're like C-list celebrities. And I genuinely think Nigel Farage is probably the biggest celebrity on this show. But yes, you have Nigel Farage on it. He's is quite interesting. Like, out of all the guests, I actually don't mind Nigel. Like, he genuinely doesn't really like. He's not really annoying. That's probably it. He's not really annoying. He just kind of does his job. He actually wants to get stuck in, but he doesn't really get voted that much. So you have him. Honestly, I quite like Nigel in the show. You have Nella. Oh my god, Nella. Really, it's just, yeah, I'm not a fan of her, really, to be fair. Just kind of, I don't even, do you know what? I can't even be asked to explain it. Just very victim minded, I'd say. Yeah, let's move on. And you have Fred. I think Fred's my favourite. You know, he's like the Kirk. Do you know what? Scrap this. There's literally no point in me going over the cast. But yes, I mean, that's kind of it. I mean, I've been watching I'm a Celebrity. That being said, you know, the big question is, am I going to watch it next year? And honestly, for me to watch it next year, it will have to mean there really has to be 3 to 4 people there has to be 4 people on the show who I recognise, and I'll say 2 of them have to be people that I genuinely I genuinely would find interesting to watch. Because let's be honest, like, I might know someone like, I don't know, what's a celebrity? I might know Holly Willoughby, that TV presenter, but it doesn't mean I want to watch her on TV, you know what I mean? So yeah, I think 4 people I need to know, but I'll say 2 of them I actually wouldn't mind watching and seeing them do challenges. So that's what it would take for me to watch it. But yeah, again, it's good, man. Like, I was figuring out as well, like, I thought to myself, this is like a 2-week show and that's it. But no, it just keeps going on. I think it's like a 1 month kind of show, and I think that's quite good because it's something to kind of look forward to, which is kind of boring and odd, but I mean, it is true. Like, there's things that I want to look forward to, and just even something as small as like a TV show. I mean, yeah. Talking of TV shows, Squid Games. I watched that on Netflix. Do you know what? I need to talk about that show in a separate video because that show is just crazy. But yeah, that's going to wrap up for this. Yes, I still have a stigma to people who watch these reality TV shows. I don't really tell people, just keep it low key, but I've been watching it and I actually quite enjoy it. So yeah, I wouldn't mind if I had to ask myself, would I go on that show? I would say no. And this sounds so bad of me saying, I sound like such a wussy, but I gotta be careful how I say this. There aren't many, I mean, insects obviously bug me out, mind the pun. They bug me out, but, you know, if I was in like a box and they put like ants on me and cockroaches, like, I would obviously be a bit startled, but I wouldn't want to quit, you know. I wouldn't want to, you know, say, get me out of here. But if it came to spiders, I'm sorry, I have to, like, I'm out. I'm sorry. And that sounds really like, it sounds like such a non-manly thing to say, but I have to be honest, like, when it comes to spiders, like, and these aren't like little daddy long legs, like, those are weird, but I mean, I'm not scared of them. These are like thick spiders. You have these water spiders. I didn't even know water spiders existed. That's how detached I am from nature. Like, these literal spiders that can crawl underwater. Like, explain that to me. They do also put things like snakes, but from what I've seen with the snakes, they're not too bad, you know, because they kind of just move about and that's really it. Like, they're not taking up too much real estate in like a box. But when it comes to spiders, I'm sorry, 2 or 3 spiders in a box for me, I'm done. And when I was watching it, I was kind of thinking to myself, one of the guests, I don't even know who she is or what she does, but she's a blonde one, but there's like multiple blonde ones, but she's like, look, forget about it. But she was saying how she wanted to go into the jungle to kind of beat her phobias of kind of spiders. And I was like, fair enough, it's a good shout. But it was a bit sad because when she left, I'm not left, but when she had to back out of the challenge because of the spiders, it kind of made me realise, it's a phobia and you can't really fight it. And she was, how do I say this? Like, I wouldn't say I've got a phobia of spiders, but I really just can't stand them. And when I saw her in the, box of spiders, she had cockroaches in there, worms and stuff. She was fine with that, nothing. But as soon as the spiders came in, and there wasn't even many spiders, it was like two, I forgot, but there were just like two spiders. Instantly, she was like, no, get me out of here. And I kind of thought, how on earth would you beat a phobia like that, like with spiders? I really don't know. So it's tough. Maybe I'll look into some research on how you can beat some spider phobias, because that would be quite interesting. One thing I find a bit unfair is how essentially, obviously they have health and safety and stuff like that, but there are some challenges where they'll have like a box. Well, they'll have the contestant's head in like a box, and then these people like dump insects, which sounds evil but it's fun. They'll dump insects. I'm like, okay, fine, dump a snake, rats, whatever. But when you look at them, they're not like, they have eye gear, like they have these glasses or goggles that they put over the eyes. Fair enough, but in terms of like their ears and nose, there's no protection for them. So what I'm trying to say is that when you're watching this, in my head I'm thinking, put me in a box with these, fine, but give me like a little ear muff to put inside the ear, not to cover the ear, but just to put inside, so nothing actually crawls in my ear or my nose. And when I watch it, some of these contestants, they're actually doing good. They're not getting worried about these insects, but as soon as these insects start crawling up the face, around the nose and around the ears, they tap out. And I get that, because that's just that can be quite dangerous, right? And one of the actual contestants had like a literal cockroach in the ear. Like, you gotta be kidding me with that kind of stuff. So yeah, they had to get like a health and safety geezer to like kind of take it out. But yeah, challenges like that, I do feel a bit bad, because I do think that it is actually not that difficult. But if you're going to go there if you're going to have goggles around your eyes, that's different, because I'd rather, you can just close your eyes, that's fine. But you can't like close your ears or close your nose, and they don't give protection for that. So that's kind of something that I was thinking about when I watched these shows. But that's kind of my kind of take on the show. Overall though, it's not a bad show. When I'm watching it, I'm not engrossed in it. I'm not looking at the screen all the time. I'm only really looking at the screen if they're doing like an actual trial, or if there is like some drama going on in the camp. But for the most part, I'm just kind of chilling. It's a good casual kind of show to have on in the background. So yeah, that's basically it. That's going to kind of end this episode. Overall, I would say, give it a shot. Watch I'm a Celeb, I guess. Have a look at it. And, if you enjoy it, I wouldn't hide it. Just own it, I guess. It's a pretty cool show to watch. And it's popular for a reason. But popular with who, I don't know. But let's not get into that. So I'm going to head off. Peace. Bye.